Welcome to Adding Dollars. In this video, I'll be going over my weekly update on the highest volatility stocks, so stocks that are paying the highest premiums for covered calls and cash secured puts. If you're new here, I usually make videos about personal finance and my journey with investing, so if you have any personal finance questions you'd like answered, feel free to leave those in the comments and I'll make sure to answer them. And before we jump into this week's video, if you're new to cash secured puts or covered calls, make sure to check out the videos in the description. Now let's jump into this week's high volatility scan. So I'm in Thinkorswim and I'm on the scan tab. I'm going to go ahead and do a scan of the S&P 500 just to start. So I'm going to set that to S&P 500 and then click scan, and this should automatically do an implied volatility in descending order. So as we can see, kind of similar to last week, we have Dish and Tesla right at the top with the highest volatilities. And then we also have Carnival. We also have ENPH. Feel free to pause the video here and take a full look at the entire list of the highest volatility stocks. Some other names that are in the top of the list currently are Etsy, Moderna, Nvidia, AMD. I'm now going to go ahead and look at an example of one of these stocks and see how much premium that would be if you did sell a cash secured put on that stock. So let's go ahead and look at Dish again for this week. So I'm going to switch over to the trade tab and I'm going to type in the ticker. And let's pretend we're going to sell a cash secured put 10 days out. And as you can see here, here's the value that you would most likely get if you were selling this cash secured put. And as always, you would get this amount of premium, but in some sense you'd be risking this strike price. So you'd need to basically be able to purchase 100 shares at this price if you got assigned. And I've added in a custom column here that basically automatically calculates the percentage profit for cash secured puts. So for example, if we look at this $11 strike price, you would basically collect $17 or maybe some value between 17 and 20. But you would risk in some sense potentially getting assigned 100 shares at $11, which would cost you $1,100. So your profit here would be 17 is how much premium you would get divided by the $11 times 100, because every option contract is 100 shares. So that would then be divided by 1,100, which comes out to be about 1.54%. And again, when I'm looking at this number, it takes some value in between these two, so it comes out to be 1.68%. And if you're interested in the script for this custom column and how to add it to your own charts, feel free to look at the link in the description where you can download my script and add this to your own charts as well. Now, let's jump back to the scan tab and look at some of the other stocks that are in here as well. We also have ENPH with 60% implied volatility, and again we can do something similar and look at how much that cash secured put would pay us. So here we can see the various cash secured puts at 10 days out, and here you can see the premium that you could get within 10 days. So if you sold the 200 cash secured put, you would get $405, or maybe some value between $405 and $420, and that would be about 2.06%, which is a pretty good percentage in 10 days. So that's all for this week's video, scanning the highest volatility stocks. Feel free to go back in the video and look at the S&P 500 high volatility list for this week. If you have any questions, leave those down below, or if you want to learn how to do this scan yourself, feel free to check out the video in the description below. And as always, I will see you all next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.